Audiobook Academy. Book Summary. Make Your Bed by William McRaven. Admiral William H. McRaven delivered the commencement address at his alma mater, the University of Texas at Austin, on May 17, 2014. He talked about the 10 most important lessons he learned during his difficult Navy SEAL training. Since then, he has met many people who have expressed an interest in learning more. As a result, Admiral William McRaven was inspired to pen Make Your Bed, Little Things That Can Change Your Life, and perhaps the world, to go over the 10 most important lessons. These lessons assisted Admiral William McRaven in overcoming SEAL training and discovering that they could be applied to overcoming life's challenges. Each chapter of Make Your Bed expands on the context and stories from the original speech. Chapter 1, Begin your day with a completed task. If you want to change the world, make your bed first. Every day during basic SEAL training, William McRaven would wake up and make his bed properly. It was not an opportunity for praise, but the training instructors expected it. Making the bed correctly demonstrated discipline and attention to detail. William McRaven could always count on making his bed every day of his naval career. When you make your bed first thing in the morning, you begin your day with a small task completed. It demonstrates the importance of small victories and encourages you to persevere with the tasks at hand throughout the day. You will have completed many tasks by the end of the day. When you return to your made bed, you will be reminded of the significance of this minor task. You can't do it alone. Chapter 2. If you want to change the world, find someone to paddle with you. During SEAL training, sailors are divided into 7-person boat crews. The trainees must work together to transport their raft by land or by water to their destination. When one of the teammates becomes ill or injured, the other teammates take on a larger portion of the workload. Combat, like training, is so difficult that no one can do it alone. Later, William McRaven tells of a horrific parachute accident that left him hospitalized for months. His boss assists him in keeping his job by finding a way to avoid the required medical readiness evaluation. Throughout his career, William McRaven discusses the assistance he received from those who believed in him, saw his potential, and risked their reputation for him. You will face many challenges in life and will require assistance to overcome them. As a result, you develop numerous strong relationships with friends, family, co-workers, mentors, and so on. Remember that your success is dependent on the assistance and guidance you receive along the way. Only the size of your heart matters in Chapter 3. If you want to change the world, measure a person's heart size. William McRaven discussed the Navy in his book Make Your Bed. It was always about proving something in SEAL training. Demonstrating that size did not matter. Demonstrating that the color of your skin did not matter. Demonstrating that money did not make you better. Proving that determination and grit were always more important than talent. William McRaven recalls visiting the basic SEAL training facility in Coronado a year before his training. While discussing SEAL training with someone, he noticed a thin, quiet, reserved man looking at photos. This sight made McRaven believe he was better, stronger, and more prepared for SEAL training than this man. However, he discovered that the man was Tommy Norris, one of the most decorated and toughest SEALs of all time. Your determination to succeed is determined by how much heart you have. Nothing else matters, not your size, race, ethnicity, level of education, or social status. Life isn't fair, just keep driving. If you want to change the world, stop being a sugar cookie and get moving. Being a sugar cookie is one of the most painful punishments in SEAL training. Instructors would punish trainees on the spur of the moment, forcing them to get wet and then roll around in the sand. Being punished was difficult to accept for many trainees who strive for excellence, especially when there was no specific reason. William McRaven tells a story about Mookie Martin, a SEAL instructor from his training days, in Make Your Bed. Martin enjoyed long bike rides, but one day he was hit by another biker and became paralyzed from the waist down. After that, he didn't complain and let his disability hold him back. He was determined to live a full life. It's easy to blame your lot in life on some outside force, to give up because you think fate is against you. Sometimes, life's not fair, and you will be a sugar cookie despite how much work you have done. Define yourself by how you deal with life's inequalities. Move forward without complaining or blaming others. Chapter 5, Failure Can Strengthen You. Don't be afraid of the circus if you want to change the world. McRaven and his swim buddy finished last in a swim one day during SEAL training. Their punishment was to endure the circus, which required an extra 2 hours of exercise that day. A circus would increase fatigue, making the following day more difficult, with more circuses likely to follow. Many trainees were forced to quit due to recurring circuses. However, McRaven and his friend improved dramatically and finished first in their final swim. William McRaven was fired from his squadron in July 1983, leaving him with a tarnished reputation. He was fortunate to be given another chance as the officer in charge of a SEAL platoon. McRaven used his previous failure as motivation to work hard and earn the respect of his men, which led to his success in subsequent roles in his SEAL career. Failures and circuses are inevitable in life. You must accept the consequences, but you can overcome your failures. Failures can educate, motivate, and strengthen you so that you can handle difficult decisions in the future. Chapter 6: You must take great risks. Slide down the obstacle head first if you want to change the world. During SEAL training, students were required to run the obstacle course twice a week, with the slide for life being the most difficult obstacle. This step rope slide could be done slowly by swinging underneath the rope or quickly by going head first on top. William McRaven took a chance one day and went head first, finishing with a personal best time. William McRaven realized in Make Your Bed that taking risks was necessary to be a successful special operator. In 2004, William McRaven authorized a high-risk hostage rescue mission during the day. The hostages were successfully rescued by the Special Forces team, and the mission was a success. Life will be challenging, and if you take risks, you may fail and face obstacles. To finish your work, you must have faith in your abilities and overcome your fears. You will never reach your full potential unless you take risks and step outside of your comfort zone. Stand up to the bullies in Chapter 7. If you want to change the world, don't fear the sharks. Students in SEAL training must complete a 4-mile night swim in the presence of numerous shark species. The instructors teach the trainees how to avoid shark attacks by standing their ground and fighting them off. Because he was so determined to become a SEAL, William McRaven recalls gathering the courage to fight if necessary. William McRaven recounts his interactions with Saddam Hussein, the former Iraqi president who is now a U.S. prisoner, in Make Your Bed. Even as a prisoner, Hussein instilled fear and intimidation. Iraqis who entered the room. McRaven, on the other hand, felt compelled to confront Saddam and demonstrate to him that he no longer wielded power. Others will dictate your choices and path forward if you lack clarity. Bullies will take over and prey on the victims if there is no courage. As a result, you must have a clear vision or goal for what you want to achieve. Your vision will give you the confidence to be a leader, to overcome obstacles, and to stand up to those who stand in your way. Chapter 8: Rise to the Occasion. If you want to change the world, be your best even in the darkest of times. Students must swim underwater to a ship, plan to practice mine, and return to the beach without being detected near the end of SEAL training. William McRaven recalls the instructors seeming as nervous as the trainees, because the dark, deafening sea significantly increased the risk of injury or death. The SEALs are trained to remain calm and composed in the face of adversity in order to complete their mission. There is no darker moment in life than losing someone you love, William McRaven writes in Make Your Bed, and yet I watch time and again as families, as military units, as towns, as cities, and as a nation, how we came together to be our best during those tragic times. You will experience dark times in your life, whether it is the death of a loved one or a major tragedy. When these occasions arise, you must look deep within yourself to bring out your best. You must overcome your fears, doubts, and exhaustion. You must complete the mission no matter how dark it becomes. This is what distinguishes you from the rest. Give people hope in Chapter 9. If you want to make a difference in the world. When you're up to your neck in mud, start singing. The most difficult week of SEAL training, known as Hell Week, consists of 6 days of no sleep, physical exercise, and harassment. On Wednesday of Hell Week, trainees spend all day in the freezing cold mud flats, being pressured by the instructors to quit. During McRaven's Hell Week, the class sang together to motivate and encourage one another. Later, he recalls a story about General John Kelly, who consoled and encouraged the families of fallen troops during a horrific helicopter firefight. Hope is extremely powerful because it can inspire individuals and nations to greatness. You will experience loss and tragedy in your life. And you can be the one to give hope that tomorrow will be better, to ease the pain, to lift yourself and those around you. Chapter 10: Never, ever give up. Never, ever ring the bell if you want to change the world. SEAL training is completed when you complete it or quit by ringing the bell in the middle of the training compound. If you can't take the pain, harassment, and exercise any longer, you can ring the bell, and it's all over. William McRaven, on the other hand, never rang the bell and graduated. In Make Your Bed, he states that the most important lesson he learned was to never give up. Throughout his career, William McRaven was inspired by people who refused to give up. One story involves a severely injured soldier who did not complain and eventually recovered from his injuries as a result of a bomb blast. You will face challenges in life, however, do not give up. You have the option of succumbing to pity, discrimination, or sorrow. Or you can never give up on your dreams and yourself in the face of adversity. Remember, begin each day with a completed task. Find someone to assist you in your life. Everyone should be respected. Recognize that life is not fair and that you will fail frequently. But if you take some risks, step up when the going gets tough, stand up to bullies, support the oppressed, and never, ever give up, you can change your life. And maybe the world.